Imagine this. You wake up with a gnawing dread, the kind that whispers, "You're wasting your life." You scroll, you distract, you promise yourself tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. The harder you try to force action, the more your mind rebels. A cruel paradox. The things that matter most repel you like opposing magnets. Why? Why does your brain sabotage you when you need discipline the most? Why does motivation vanish the moment you need it? Carl Jung called it the shadow, the part of you that resists growth, not out of laziness, but fear. Fear of failure, fear of change, fear of who you might become if you actually tried. What if the real obstacle wasn't willpower, but an unconscious war within? What if you could hack that resistance, not by fighting it, but by out-hinking it? The resistance isn't random, it's evolutionary. Your brain is wired to conserve energy, to avoid discomfort, to seek the safety of inertia. Nietzsche called it the spirit of gravity, the force that chains you to mediocrity, whispering, "Stay small, stay safe." Schopenhauer saw it in the endless pendulum of desire and boredom. We flee suffering, yet stagnation suffocates us. But Jung revealed something darker. The shadow doesn't just resist effort, it feeds on avoidance. Every time you delay, every time you choose distraction over action, you strengthen its grip. Society compounds this. Huxley's Brave New World warned of a culture addicted to comfort, where pleasure is the ultimate control, the real trap. You think you're making choices, but in truth, you're being played by ancient instincts, by societal conditioning, by the part of you that would rather die than change. The question isn't how to try harder. It's how to break the game. This silent war doesn't just steal productivity, it erodes your soul. Every unmet goal, every procrastinated dream, becomes a quiet referendum on your self-worth. Cognitive dissonance twists the knife. You know you're capable, yet your actions scream otherwise. The brain, desperate to resolve this tension, constructs elaborate lies. I work better under pressure. This just isn't the right time. Neurologically, the pattern digs deeper. Each surrender reinforces neural pathways of avoidance, making future effort feel even more impossible. Culture conspires, normalizing distraction as self-care, glorifying burnout as hustle. Sartre saw this in bad faith, the lies we tell ourselves to avoid the terrifying freedom of actual choice, the true cost. A life of unrealized potential, where years vanish into the gap between who you are and who you could have been. The tragedy isn't failure. It's never truly trying, but there's a way out if you dare to see the prison. The escape begins with a radical inversion. Stop fighting resistance, use it. Jung's shadow work reveals the truth. Your avoidance isn't random. It points directly to what matters most. The stronger the resistance, the greater the growth on the other side. Nietzsche's Amor Fati, love of fate, holds the key. Instead of battling procrastination, study it. What emotion lurks beneath? Fear of inadequacy? Dread of discomfort? That feeling isn't your enemy, it's a compass. Tactical defiance follows. The 5-second rule. When impulse strikes, act before the mind protests. Shadow dialogue. Ask resistance, what are you protecting me from? The answer will disarm it. Micro agreements. Negotiate with your darker self. 10 minutes of work, then freedom. Trick the brain into starting. This isn't discipline. It's psychological judo. You turn the shadow's strength against itself. The chains? They were always paper thin. Now, the final revelation, one that changes everything. The deepest paradox, you were never broken. The resistance, the fear, the self-sabotage, these weren't flaws, but guardians. Jung's greatest insight, the shadow isn't your enemy. It's the part of you that remembers every wound, every failure, every time the world said you're not enough. Its rebellion wasn't sabotage, it was protection. But here's the alchemy. When you stop resisting the resistance, it transforms. What once paralyzed you becomes fuel. The fear of failure? A reminder of how much this matters. The urge to quit? A signal you're close to breakthrough. The ultimate hack isn't a trick, it's reconciliation. To look at your darkest impulses and whisper, "I see you. Now, let's work together." This is where true power begins, not in conquering yourself, but in meeting yourself at last. The hard things. They were only waiting for this moment. Now, what will you do with it?